We are finishing the week with arms. We're hitting biceps and triceps, and we're gonna superset biceps with a triceps movement on everything today. So we have 4 different supersets. We're still gonna take regular rest times, but I'm gonna have us hit a lot of volume, different rep ranges. You'll see as we get into it. First thing we're gonna be doing here is a hammer curl. I'm doing them seated. You could do them standing if you want, but we're just gonna be doing a hammer curl. We want to keep our elbows by our side, just slightly forward, not back like this, just slightly forward of our waist. Our chest is up. We're curling that weight up, turning that over at the top, getting a full stretch at the bottom. Just getting in a rhythm, not using momentum to swing or anything like that, just here. So that's your first part of your superset for biceps. Now for triceps, probably gonna have to go to a little bit lighter weight, depends. But we're gonna be doing crossbody tricep extensions with dumbbell. So this is my setup. If my arm is just straight up like if I was gonna do a bench press, that's my setup with just one side. Now I'm just gonna hinge at the elbow. Everything else is staying the same. And then I'm gonna squeeze that back up. So all the tension's in my tricep. The tricep is the motor that's allowing me to hinge at the elbow and then extend back up. This one's kind of a sleeper. It looks really easy. You don't use a lot of weight on it, but every time I do them, my triceps always get super sore and respond really well from them. All right, next superset. Got it all set up for you guys. So we're gonna be doing, we did hammers to start. Now we're gonna be doing regular curls here, but on the decline bench. This puts us at a deficit, and we're keeping our shoulder blades back and curling that weight, squeezing, letting it get a full stretch, squeezing back up. So this is one where maybe start a little lighter than you'd think that you might need to. It's kind of a humbling one. You put yourself at a disadvantage by being on the bench like this, and then we're just turning those wrists over, squeezing, resisting, controlling on the way down. No momentum, just squeeze, stretch, squeeze, stretch. First part of your superset. Second part of the superset, oh yeah, sorry, same weights. So this one you probably will be able to use similar weights or maybe even more for triceps. We're gonna be doing skull crushers, but on the incline. I love these because it kind of changes, or it doesn't kind of, it does change the angle. And so I'm hinging through that elbow, feeling that stretch, turning that wrist out and squeezing. If it's more comfortable for you just to stay like this, that's fine. But I would prefer if you could turn those pinkies away from each other. It just gives us that much more of a squeeze there at the top. So stretches in the back of the elbows, or back of the triceps, standing up. Everything's under control. If you have pain in your elbows, go down to a lighter weight. If it still hurts, move on to the next movement. It shouldn't though. If you're doing them properly, and you're getting the stretch through here, and everything's lined up, and then you're just extending up, that's where the tension should be instead of here. But if your elbows are tight, or you've had elbow issues in the past, that might be the case. So if so, as I said, go down a weight, see if it helps. If it still hurts, move on. When I say hurt, that doesn't mean burn like a good muscle burn, we're working it. I'm meaning like joint pain, you know the difference. Okay, next one. We only need one dumbbell for this one. We're gonna be doing a single arm concentration curl, bent over concentration curl. You see Arnold doing these a lot in the old videos. It's like this, he put his hand here or here. I like to use a bench. That way I can just focus on contracting that weight. Notice I'm not swinging at all. I'm setting my structure, my frame. I'm contracting with my bicep, controlling it back down, squeezing back up. After I hit my bicep curls there, same arm, tricep kickback. This one's a great one because we can superset the same arm. And then now, I've completely hit my left. I'm gonna move on to the right, or whichever side you started with. Hitting that other side, curling that up, stretch, full stretch at the bottom. Really feel that stretch. And then turn that wrist over here and squeeze. Control down, squeeze back up, and then my tricep kickback. Told you we got 4 supersets. We're not done. One more. It's the only one on the cable. Nothing fancy here. Here's where we get a ton of volume in. And you'll see it in the rep ranges in the caption. just got the straight bar attachment here, nothing fancy. Got our elbows slightly in front of our waist, just right here. Curling up, turn those wrists over and squeeze. Basic curl here. You're gonna hit a bunch of reps. You'll see in the caption. So first the bicep reps, then same attachment. I'm just gonna move the arm up. Elbows in the same position. Turn those wrists over and down, turn those knuckles down, and squeeze that tricep. This is good, this is better. You can feel the difference when I do this compared to that. I can squeeze and contract that tricep head that much more. So full stretch, also don't stop halfway. Don't let your elbows pull up, but let the weight come up, because when I'm letting that up, it's stretching here and then extending down through, stretching, stretching, stretching. That's why we don't want to stop here. We want to get that full stretch and then a full contraction. That's it for today. You're gonna have a crazy arm pump. Somebody's throwing stuff at me. 60 minutes again for cardio. You guys, this has been an intense week. If you've done all the workouts this week, I want to give you props. If you haven't done all the workouts this week, I'm not gonna beat up on you. You can start next week. It's a new chance, new opportunity. Let's say you only got a few workouts in this week. I still want you to try to get all of them next week, but at least try to get better next week than you were this week. It's just something about putting the work in, doing it when you don't feel like it, not quitting, holding yourself accountable. That's what creates self-respect. Self-respect turns to self-love. See you next week.